Hello, my people. Did you miss out on President Buhari's address to Nigerians with regards to COVID-19 lockdown? Anyway, guys, if you want to really see him talk, all right, I'm going to be playing the video for you guys in a bit, all right? But before I go ahead to play it, I want to encourage you to please support the growth of this channel by subscribing to the channel and also hitting on the notification bell so that every time I upload a video on this channel, you will get notified. Thank you so much for supporting me. Please watch the video.
To exercise patience as we continue to fine-tune our logistical and distribution processes working with the state governments. Our security agencies continue to rise to the challenge posed by this unusual situation. While we feel deeply concerned about isolated security incidents, I want to assure all Nigerians that your safety and security remain our primary concern, especially in these difficult and uncertain times. As we focus on protecting lives and properties, we will not tolerate any human rights abuses by our security agencies. The few reported incidences are regrettable, and I want to assure you that the culprits will be brought to justice. I urge all Nigerians to continue to cooperate and show understanding whenever they encounter security agents. Furthermore, for their protection, I have instructed that the personnel of all the security agencies be provided with the necessary personal protective equipment against infection. As we continue to streamline our response in the centers of Lagos and FCT, I am gravely concerned about the unfortunate developments in Kano in recent days. Although an in-depth investigation is still ongoing, we have decided to deploy additional federal government manpower, material, and technical resources to strengthen and support the state government's efforts with immediate effect. In Kano, and indeed many other states that are recording new cases, preliminary findings show that such cases are mostly from interstate travel and emerging community transmission. Drawing from this, I implore all Nigerians to continue to adhere strictly to the advisories published by the Presidential Task Force and the Nigeria Center for Disease Control. These include regular hand washing, physical distancing, wearing of face masks coverings in public, avoidance of non-essential movement and travels, and avoidance of large gatherings. Fellow Nigerians, for the past 4 weeks, most parts of our country have been under either federal government or state government lockdowns. As I mentioned earlier, these steps were necessary and overall have contributed to slowing down the spread of COVID-19 in our country. However, such lockdowns have also come at a very heavy economic cost. Many of our citizens have lost their means of livelihood. Many businesses have shut down. No country can afford the full impact of a sustained lockdown while awaiting the development of vaccines. In my last address, I mentioned that federal government will develop strategies and policies that will protect lives while preserving livelihoods. In these 2 weeks, the federal government, state governments have jointly and collaboratively worked hard on how to balance the need to protect health while also preserving livelihoods, leveraging global best practices while keeping in mind our peculiar circumstances. We assessed how our factories, markets, traders, and transporters can continue to function while at the same time adhering to NCDC guidelines on hygiene and social distancing. We assessed how our children can continue to learn without compromising their health. We reviewed how our farmers can safely plant and harvest in this rainy season to ensure our food security is not compromised. Furthermore, we also discussed how to safely transport food items from rural production areas to industrial processing zones and ultimately to the key consumption centers. Our goal was to develop implementable policies that will ensure our economy continues to function while still maintaining our aggressive response to COVID-19 pandemic. These same difficult decisions are being faced by leaders around the world. Based on the above and in line with the recommendation of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, the various federal government committees that have reviewed socio-economic matters and the Nigerian Governors Forum, I have approved a phased and gradual easing of lockdown measures in FCT, Lagos, and Ogun states effective from Monday, 4th of May 2020. However, this will be followed strictly with aggressive reinforcement of testing and contact tracing measures while allowing the restoration of some economic and business activities in certain sectors. Furthermore, new nationwide measures are to be introduced as follows. A. There will be an overnight curfew from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. This means all movements will be prohibited during this period except for essential services. B. There will be a ban on non-essential interstate passenger travel until further notice. C. Partial and controlled interstate movement of goods and services will be allowed for the movement of goods and services from producers to consumers. And D. We will strictly ensure the mandatory use of face masks or coverings in public in addition to maintaining physical distancing and personal hygiene. Furthermore, the restrictions on social and religious gatherings shall remain in place. State governments, corporate organizations, and philanthropists are encouraged to support the production of cloth masks for citizens. For the avoidance of doubt, the lockdown in FCT, Lagos, and Ogun states shall remain in place until these new ones come into effect on Monday, 4th May 2020. The Presidential Task Force shall provide sector-specific details to allow for preparations by governments, businesses, and institutions. In respect to the above guidelines, the state governors may choose to adapt and expand based on their unique circumstances, provided they maintain alignment with the guidelines issued above. To support our businesses and the traders, the monetary and fiscal authorities shall deploy all the necessary provisions needed for production to continue and thus job restored. These revised guidelines will not apply to Kano State. With regards to Kano, I have directed the enforcement of a total lockdown for a period of 2 weeks effective immediately. The federal government shall deploy all the necessary human, material, and technical resources to support the state in controlling and containing the pandemic and preventing the risk of further spread to neighboring states. I wish to once again commend the frontline workers across the country who, on a daily basis, risk everything to ensure we win this fight. For those who got infected in the line of duty, rest assured that government will do all it takes to support you and your families during this exceedingly difficult period. I will also take this opportunity to assure you all that your safety, well-being, and welfare remain paramount to our government. I will also recognize the support we have received from our traditional rulers, the Christian Association of Nigeria, the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, and other prominent religious and community leaders. Your cooperation and support have significantly contributed to the successes we have recorded to date. I will urge you all to please continue to create awareness on the seriousness of the coronavirus among your worshippers and communities, while appealing that they strictly comply with public health advisories. I also thank the Nigerian Governors Forum and the Presidential Task Force for all their hard work to date. Through this collaboration, I remain confident that success is achievable. I also wish to thank corporate organizations, philanthropists, the United Nations system, the European Union, friendly nations, the media, and other partners that have taken up the responsibility of supporting our response. And finally, I will thank all Nigerians again for your patience and cooperation during this difficult and challenging period. I assure you that government shall continue to take all necessary measures to protect the lives and livelihoods of our citizens and residents. I thank you for listening, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
So that's the video, guys. We've all heard him. Okay, so please feel free to let me know what you think about the video, your observations, what you think about the video, about all that he has said. Let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section below. I'd like to hear your thoughts, your opinions, and all about all he has said in the comment section below. And like I earlier said, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and also hit on the notification bell. Like and share the video, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.